said, we have a gentleman here from Rock Creek, Ohio coming out today. He said he was nervous.
Gentlemen, welcome to West Alice. This is day 2 of the Tour of America's Heritage. Novice men's event will go for 30 minutes. We've got thumbs up, so we will say, riders, ready? And...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to tell you right now, let me address it. You don't need to. That was the worst clipping you've probably ever seen. I lost, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 positions, and there's only 25 racers in this category. But no less, this is the West Alice Cheese Wheel Classic. I stumbled upon it while visiting the in-laws up in Wisconsin, and I decided to join in. This is the novice or Cat 5 category. We're also grouped with a bunch of little kids called juniors. It's like U19 or 15. For the record, the oldest one I met was 14. The other one was 13, nonetheless. So funky kind of L-shaped, backwards L-shaped, 6-corner crit, 5 left-handers, and 1 right-hander. We have a steady wind, especially a steady headwind going right into the finish line. So to me, drafting and staying with the group is going to be very important. However, in this first lap, this is what you're looking at now, there is zero formation. We got guys way up the road. There's a bike length in between all of the first 6, 7 people. You could drive 4 semis in between the gap in front of me and this guy. So, but I'm not turning myself inside out. It's lap 1. I'm not going crazy. I'm going to let everyone else do the work. My goal is to sit in and wait for a field sprint. In attendance, I have the in-laws and my wife, who was so kind to get us some sweet B-roll footage.
Stay with them, let's go!
Kind of breaks up the content from the chest cam, which personally I think looks pretty sweet.
Doing good? Yeah. How are you? Yeah, a couple laps in, the turns were making me nervous.
This is Kiefer. This is a conversation I have with him, just asking how he's feeling. He said he's feeling pretty good. Based on the guys who I stalked, he was one of them. And that was a little bit concerning that he's feeling so good. So I definitely want to mark him. He's the guy to my left right now. He's got the purple bar tape, so you'll see him on screen periodically throughout the race. I'll do my best to point him out. As you watch the B-roll footage from the wife, note who is on front every single lap. Spoiler, it's the same guy. In addition, it's not gonna be me. For sure, that's not my strategy for the day. My strategy is to sit in, bore myself to death, and go for a field sprint. Save everything I have for a final sprint, especially into this headwind. It's worked for me before, so I want to keep it consistent and do the same strategy. Sit in, draft, don't do any work, and then just go full gas for the line at the very end. So now we're a few laps in. I'm feeling pretty good, and I want to work on my positioning, so I try to be in the first 5, 6, 7, 8 wheels, definitely in the first half.
Doing good? Yeah. How old are you? 13.
Never in my life did I think I'd be racing bikes in one of the largest platforms in the United States, let alone, never did I think I'd be racing against 13-year-old kids. Absolutely blown away by that. Honestly, I think it's a lot of jealousy. I wish I was doing this at age 13, but I didn't find cycling until much later, so props to you, my dude.
Come on, Eric! Nice! Stay with them!
Crossing the line with 6 laps to go, straight into the headwind, we have our first attack of the day by Junior. His name is Barrett. I actually got a post-race interview with him. Dude is 14 years old, super fun to race against, and he takes a bunch of juniors with him. It's like they all assemble and fly up the road too, but we got the same Mr. Ideal in blue leading us. He just kept it real consistent, and we caught back up in a couple turns.
No, sir.
So right there, I'm invited by Kiefer to counterattack off the front now that we're all gathered back together. However, that is not in my cards for today. I'm not worried about attacks. And he sends it. You see him right here making the turn. He's got a small gap going, and then going across the line, you kind of see it from a different perspective. Yeah, no, he opens up a little bit of a gap, but no one seems to be too terribly worried. And again, I'm staying behind this dude in blue. The stars kind of aligned with Kiefer's attack, and I was not worried about it because Kiefer goes up, he takes a bunch of juniors with him. They all try to cover it, I guess. I don't know. And they're yo-yoing. They're fast, they're slow around these corners. Mr. Ideal in blue, he just kept it nice and consistent, kept it real steady for a few laps. I have this sped up, obviously, and I mean, he's so ideal to draft behind. This like very tall, wide-body guy. He's been cooking this diesel engine on Zwift all winter long, obviously, because he pulled 90% of this entire race.
Looking good, Eric. Looking good.
Here we are with 2 laps to go. I'm still behind the best wheel in the game, and people are getting a little frustrated here, and they're closing the gap. By all means, everybody come in front of me and increase our draft and catch us up to the group in front of us. Close the gap. By all means, I'm not here to do any of that work. Not at all. Now, this is where the tactic of reading the wind for me really comes into play. So we catch back up with this lead group. There was this little gap that opened up, and this is where cornering really is important, and the wind is really important. So at this point, I go to the right of this peloton, and they are all taking the wind. So I'm protected from the wind at this point, and I, coming around this corner right here, I make up like several positions. I just passed up like 5 or 6 people. Gets a little close on this corner. I, make him aware of my presence. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Just let him know I am on the inside. Cat 5, we're still a little friendly like that, so he doesn't block it. Unfortunately, I'm fighting for the wheel with this. This is the 13-year-old actually. There's no draft when you're behind this guy. It's not going to do me any good to be right behind him. This is the wind is coming from my left to the right, and it's picking up speed here. Definitely, as we're coming into the last corner, you really got to be smart and going across the line. I want to be top 5. And also, late into the race here, we're starting to pass lapped riders.
I'm going to start ringing those bells because there's going to be 1 lap to go. Going solo, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go.
Wow, big move there, Clicking Bear trying to go up front. 1 lap to go, everybody gets 1 lap to go.
Let's go, Eric. Last one. All out there. Let's go.
And we start passing lapped riders, it's just stragglers. It's just one guy here and there. So what I'm trying to say is I don't know that there's a guy up the road. I wasn't listening to the announcer specifically. He said, going solo with 1 to go. Solo with 1 to go. He even repeated himself, and I just didn't hear it. I didn't catch it. So in my mind, I'm sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 6th wheel. We just went across the line. We're going on to turn number 2. I have time. I know where I want to start making my move. I know I got to take these corners nice and smooth. I'm in like prime position. This dude, he's eating wind right now, and like I don't know what he's doing. He's just out of position. Again, it's Cat 5 and juniors. Got to be a little more graceful. There's I don't know, just fewer tactics it seems. So like this guy on the far right, he's a lapped rider. Here we go. Am I in 4th? Am I in 5th? Am I fighting for 3rd? I didn't quite know, and that kind of frustrated me a little bit. But again, there's no draft behind this kid, but he's holding his own weight. So I don't want to hold his wheel. We have 2 turns left before the line. I want to get up to these guys right in front of me. So I take a nice wide turn. I try to get around this guy. So let this be a lesson. Sometimes holding wheels is the absolute best thing. Sometimes it's the worst because he's fading out, and now there's a big gap that I have to close. And as I'm closing it, I turn around and look behind me. There's nobody. Nobody's around. So now I see these 2 guys lining up, one on top of the other. I just joined the lead out train, and I have these homies lead me out. This is Kiefer, the guy who launched the attack. As soon as he stands up out of the saddle, that was my cue to launch it. Look at this, dude. This is a work of art that needs to be printed and framed and hung above my bed. 2nd place in the West Allis Cheese Wheel Classic. Barrett Klinkenbeard did beat me he was 3 seconds up the road. 14-year-old kid. I had no idea he was even there. What a day.
Are you not entertained?
He's representing Sunkaward from Rock Creek, Ohio. The second step of our podium belongs to Eric Barfel. And the 14-year-old riding for Kenosha Velosport from Kenosha. Your champion here in West Allis. Let's make some noise for Barrett Quickenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, your novice men's podium at the West Allis Cheese Wheel Classic. Orange Dairyman Cheddar Cheese for third place, Collectivo Coffee for second. Our champion receives Quick Trip Chocolate Milk in a commemorative jug. Congratulations, gentlemen.